There are a lot of INFJs that are currently unhappy and unsatisfied, unfulfilled in their current chosen stable job. And the reason for this is that the job that they have chosen is not the best fit for their personality type. So it goes without saying, it is absolutely imperative that we choose our jobs and our careers based on our personality type so that we can find happiness and fulfillment and joy in our day-to-day work. In this video, I have 3 jobs that I want to help INFJs to stay clear of. These are jobs that INFJ personality types are not going to find fulfilling and they're not going to satisfy the INFJ personality. So this video is me warning INFJs out there to be mindful of these 3 jobs. And if that sounds good to you, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. Let's dive in. Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shamiso Miranda and this channel is all things INFJ careers and INFJ entrepreneurship. And if you'd like to find more opportunities that are best suited to your personality type, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below and be sure to click the bell notification next to it so that you won't miss my next video. The first INFJ careers to avoid is a job in sales. So in general, the corporate world is somewhere that INFJs do struggle to fit in. And so because sales jobs are so focused on material gain, and INFJs will struggle to connect with the job and to find value in that, because INFJs, we like to work for a purpose. We like to work towards a cause. We like to help people. So a target-driven job is not going to satisfy an INFJ. And jobs in sales are generally, they tend to be profit-driven and they are not value-focused jobs. And in order for you to have consistently high sales, you are going to have to be a salesman and to behave like a salesman. And as we all know, salespeople have some trickish ways and they have some routes of going about pushing as many sales as they can in order for them to meet their targets. And in some cases, this may go against the INFJ's morals, their code of conduct, their values, and all of those things, which will cause stress to an INFJ because we are about our morals, our values, and we don't like to be salesy and to have to trick people into doing things just so that we can meet our monthly targets. So the second INFJ career to avoid are emergency response careers. So I am talking about firefighters and I am talking about ambulance, paramedics, and those sort of emergency response careers. So I believe that careers that demand an immediate response are not suited to the INFJ personality, because when something happens, I go into myself. Immediately I go into myself and I start to think and I want to analyze and I want to feel. I'm looking for my intuition to show me a sign or to lead me in a particular direction. I am not action oriented, and I know this is true for many INFJs out there. And there are 2 types of problem solving. You have a long-term solution and then you have a short-term solution. And INFJs generally, we love to solve long-term issues where we can really think and get to grips, to get to the core of what the actual problem is. We get to identify what the root of the issue is so that we can solve it once and for all. So a career or a job in emergency response is going to stress out an INFJ very quickly, and the INFJ will become burnt out and stressed, because emergency response jobs, you have to respond spontaneously and you are making decisions on the fly. And naturally, as I said, our INFJ minds, it just drifts into thought. So jobs like firefighters, paramedics, and even customer service at times, I believe that they are not suited to the personality type, and as INFJs we should avoid this one. Also, INFJs, we need time to respond. Like if something happens, I'll be like, you need to give the INFJ time to ponder, to think, to reflect, to do all of the things before we are able to generate a response. So for example, if something happened, some people need a few hours, some people would need 1 week to respond, and all those types of things, and that's not ideal in an emergency situation for obvious reasons. I prefer to help people with my insights through concrete practical means, or by simply just being, or by simply dealing with complaints. So my third INFJ career to avoid is a career within the military or the police force. And this is because a career within the military or police can sometimes become stagnant, and as INFJs, we don't like to just be stagnant and to do the same repetitive job over and over and over. We have to feel like we are progressing, that we are growing and moving forward at the very minimum. So our work must make use of our strengths. INFJs require a job that is challenging and allows us to solve important problems, and is also best to avoid organizations where it is very difficult to make a change. For example, within the army or the police force, if there was something that you did not agree with, or you wanted to, maybe you'd like to see some change in some areas in terms of the policy and all of that, the military and police force aren't organizations where you can effectively make change and see the change quickly. And within those organizations, there is so much that INFJs do not agree with, and to be able to work in that organization, the INFJ would have to put aside their morals and their values to be able to be on the same page as some of the policies and strict rules. Although INFJs do follow the rules, we are law-abiding citizens. That does not necessarily mean that we agree with everything. So let me know down in the comments below if you have discovered any INFJ careers that should be avoided. I would love to hear from you. Now go and watch this playlist next for more on all things INFJ, and I will see you in my next one as we continue our journey towards a more wholesome, healthier, and more meaningful